we have learned that one cause of chirality is the absence of a plane of symmetry. An object, again, or a structure which does not have a plane of symmetry is chiral, whereas an object, if you like, or a structure which has a plane of symmetry is actually achiral or not chiral. To illustrate or to explain the concept of chirality better, let's take an example such as chloromethane, CH3Cl. Now, if you want to draw a structure for chloromethane, and we want to draw three-dimensional way, and we want to draw it in a three-dimensional way, so we can obtain something like this. So CH, and here H, for example, that's H, and this is Cl. So this is one possible tetrahedral drawing of chloromethane. If you put this in front of a mirror, you get the mirror image of this. So if we can show this something like that, so this is a model actually. This is a model of chloromethane. So this bond again is on the plane. That bond is on the plane, so you could see it in a better way now. So that's on the plane. This bond is on the plane. This CCl bond is outside the plane, but it's at the front towards you as a viewer. That's why it's shown as heavy wedge line. This CH bond is outside the plane at the rear. That's why it's shown as dotted line or dashed line. These bonds, of course, are on the plane, and that's exactly why they are shown as solid lines, if you like. Now, if you put a mirror in front of this, you will get the mirror image of this. So something like that should be obtained. So look at this. This model is actually a mirror image of this model, and this model also is a mirror image of this one. So these two structures are actually, or these two models are actually mirror images of each other. Let's draw this mirror image and then see what we can do with that. Now, if you draw a mirror plane like that, just like the mirror basically, then we will get the mirror image of the structure that we have just drawn. So this is the mirror image of this. So these two structures are actually mirror images of each other. And remember, this is a mirror plane, just like a mirror basically. And again, these two models are actually mirror images with each other. So let's try, if you remember the human hand, or what the human hands are actually, again, mirror images of each other. If we try to coincide them on each other, that will not be possible. Therefore, the human hands are an example of non-superimposable mirror images. But can we superimpose these models on each other so that we get exactly the same, basically one model? And the answer is yes, we can. Green on green, blue on blue, blue on blue, and blue on blue. So these mirror images are actually superimposable on each other. So therefore, these two structures, these two models are not actually different from each other. They actually represent identical structure or identical compound, if you like. These two drawings are basically the same. These two models are basically the same. That's because these mirror images are superimposable on each other, therefore they are identical. So these are superimposable mirror images, therefore they are identical. So they represent identical structures. These two are basically the same. So chloromethane can be drawn, these two structures which are mirror images of each other, but these mirror images are actually superimposable on each other, therefore they represent the same compound. Let's now take CH2, Cl2, CH2, Cl2, and we try to make a model and draw maybe structures in a similar manner, so something like that. So CH2, Cl2. So this is one possible drawing. Again, if we draw a mirror plane here so that we get the mirror image of this, then we would be able to get another drawing, the mirror image of this, of the structure that we have just, or the drawing that we have just drawn. We can represent this using models. So something like that. This is, for example, the left structure. Again, these two bonds, the ones in black, are on the plane. They are shown as solid lines, so CH and CH. These bonds are outside the plane. This is outside the plane to the front. It's shown as heavy wedge line. This bond is at the back or at the rear. It's shown as dotted line. If you make another model, which is a mirror image of it, so these two models are actually mirror images of each other, just like these two drawings. Now let's do the same exercise, which is try to superimpose these structures on each other, these models on each other, so that we get an identical model, if you like. See if we can coincide them on each other. Can we? Let's try. Well, black on black, black on black, red on red. So the answer is yes, we can. These two models are superimposable on each other, and they are, of course, mirror images of each other. So these two structures, therefore, are superimposable mirror images. And of course, if they are, then they represent the same compound. So these two structures are actually identical. So these are superimposable mirror images. Therefore, they are identical. They do not represent different stereoisomers, if you like. They represent exactly the same compound. So the conclusion after this is that any mirror image that is mirror images which are superimposable on each other are actually identical structures.